Good morning, everyone. So we are in the middle of eclipse season. For those of you who follow astrology, we just had a full moon lunar eclipse Monday, and we're coming up April 8th on a total solar eclipse, which many people in the United States will be able to see, especially if you are in Texas. Very exciting. So this morning, I woke up and Ozenan really wanted to bring a message through regarding the eclipses, something around eclipse season. That's all I know. And it's interesting because I add a little resistance, actually, because I've been really feeling this eclipse season. I've been really feeling the energy. It's been very intense. But they really wanted to come through. So we're going to do that. If you are enjoying these videos and appreciating my channel, please hit the like button and the subscribe button. It will show you when new videos come up, and it will help others to find these transmissions. If you would like to work with me, I offer a variety of one-on-one channeled services. You can head to the description box below. I do offer a one-on-one meeting with Ozenan. And these can be either very broad in your questions about like life, death, the universe, or you can ask very personal questions. And I also right now am running an eclipse season special until April 8th. If you book with me by April 8th, then I am offering 1 hour channeled energy work sessions and 1 hour general channeled readings, which are not conversations with Ozenan. These are channeled readings where I am connecting and channeling your guides. And those are both those services, channeled energy work and channeled general channeled readings, are $88 until April 8th, the total solar eclipse. So head to the description box below if you would like to book one of those. And I'm going to go ahead and bring Ozenan in and see what's happening with eclipse season. How have you been? Also, I would love to hear in the comments if you've been feeling this eclipse energy, because for me, it's been like, okay, here we go. Yes, we are here and we are pleased to speak with you today. We would like to speak with you during this powerful energetic portal that is your eclipse season, because we realize that many of you are experiencing intensity in your lives at this moment. Perhaps this looks like external intensity. Key word looks like there. It is perhaps manifesting in your life in external intensity. If this is the case, we would actually encourage you to look within and see what it is within your own being that is reflecting this intensity out into your external world. There is much understanding that can be gained from the external intensity that you are experiencing at this time. We would also like to first speak to the way that you engage with these transmissions. Many of you engage with these transmissions in a very mind-centered way. This is okay, and if this is what you choose and wish to do, that is fine. But we would like to relay to you that the most benefit can be gained from our transmissions if you choose to experience them in a whole body way. The best way to do this is to sit or lay down. Laying down is best, but we know that that may not be possible for everyone at the time that these transmissions appear. Laying down with your eyes closed and allowing yourself to absorb the energy of our transmissions along with the words. These transmissions are verbal, yes, but there is also a very powerful and energetic layer to what we are bringing through. And laying down with your eyes closed will allow you to more fully receive the benefit of these transmissions. Mm. And we would encourage you that if there are transmissions of ours that have felt particularly resonant or significant, you may wish to go back to those transmissions and experience them in this way that we describe in order to receive the full benefit of those transmissions that resonated with you. Now that we have shared that, we would like to move on to your eclipse season, as you call it. There is a very powerful energetic portal that you are shifting into at this time, that you are moving through. And again, many of you are feeling this. This portal is the word that we will use because it is a liminal space between where you were and where you are going. It is in many ways a womb or void-like space that you are in currently. And we would like to encourage you to make peace with that truth. We would like to encourage you to make peace with that energetic space. And as you move through this void-like liminal space, or let's put it another way, as you sink in to this void-like or liminal space of eclipse season, we encourage you to spend more time than usual connecting with your inner world, connecting with your inner being, your true self, shall we say. This is a moment to lean into rest, to lean into internal practices. And this is especially true, my friends, if you are seeing many external events in your life that are causing you stress or turmoil. These external events are a calling for you to sink into your inner world deeply at this time. And we understand that this may feel uncomfortable or scary for you. This is normal. And we encourage you to feel the fear if that is coming up for you. Feel the discomfort. For as you lean into this discomfort or this fear, you will find that the emotions that are needing to be felt will come to the surface in order to be released. Trust yourself to allow this releasing. And now we would like to offer you an image. This is an image that we have crafted for all of those who will engage with this transmission. This image is meant to evoke understanding, meant to evoke a connection to your higher self, to your soul, whatever words you prefer to use. So we would ask that you would close your eyes to bring this image into your mind's eye. The image that we would like to share with you is the image of the sun, partially eclipsed. So imagine that you are standing in a great, wide, flat field. There is flat land as far as you can see, and you are looking up at the sun directly. Know that this is safe for you to do in this vision, for it is a vision. This is not safe for you to do in your physical reality. The sun is blinding. It is so powerful in its energy. Now, in this vision, you are looking up directly at the sun, and the shadow of the moon is beginning to make its way across the sun very, very slowly. And as it does, all of the wildlife around you stills, the birds quiet, the wind dies, and suddenly there is great stillness across the land. Continue looking at this sun as this shadow very slowly moves across the surface. Simply allowing yourselves to experience the stillness of this moment, the eerie and beautiful stillness as the shadow crosses the sun more and more fully. And as it does, you begin to see stars in the sky as the light is being eclipsed by this darkness. You look up and take in the stars that are appearing one by one as this shadow moves across the sun. Closer and closer to a total eclipse at this time. Breathe here, allowing yourself to feel the power of this stillness, this moment of nothingness that is approaching. And finally, the shadow eclipses the sun and you find yourself in darkness, total darkness, in a moment that should be, or normally would be, total daylight. There is no wind. There is very little sound. There is stillness and awe. Take a moment here to receive from your soul. Whatever you experience here is information for you. You may feel something, you may sense something, you may see, hear, you may simply know something very suddenly. Whatever you experience here in this moment of stillness is a communication from your soul to you, and it is key to your experience in this eclipse season. Breathe here for a moment. And now the shadow begins to move off of the sun, and the first rays of light make their way down to you after this moment of stillness. And this is the rebirth moment. There has been a great message in this void space, this moment of stillness. And now there is the rebirth of the light. A little bit of a breeze begins to pick up. You hear a bird singing in the distance. And while there was beautiful awe in this moment of stillness, you also sense relief at the return of normalcy, the return of your comfort zone, the sun returning in the day as it normally does. And we would encourage you to remember the beauty, the awe of the death of the sun, the moment of stillness, the void space, and the inevitable rebirth that followed. This is what eclipse season is, my friends. It is a void space. It is a moment of stillness, an extended moment of stillness and awe, and often great discomfort, especially this eclipse season, for it is the most powerful eclipse season of many of your lifetimes. We would encourage you to take time after this transmission to write somewhere in a journal, a piece of paper, in your phones, on your computers. Write what you felt, write what came to you, write any realizations that you have had as you have listened to this transmission. For there will be great insight for you from the energy of this visualization that you have just gone through. We would also like to encourage, on another note, we would like to encourage you to take time this eclipse season to really consider your interpersonal relationships. Take time to look around at your interpersonal relationships and to be quite honest with yourself about whether they are still serving you, whether they are not still serving you, or whether they simply need a shift. We would encourage you to be brave in this exploration, to be quite honest with yourselves about which relationships still make sense and which ones you are holding on to out of attachment or fear of letting go. The choices, the decisions that you make in this eclipse season and the period following it will have long lasting consequences for your journeys and your paths. We do not say this to instill fear, quite the opposite. We say this to remind you of your immense power. Of course, you can always make changes in your reality, friends. However, we ask that you consider that the changes and choices that you make in this eclipse season and in the period after will have long-reaching effects. And also, when you make changes at this time, there will be a great deal of momentum and acceleration behind those choices and changes. And you can take advantage of that momentum and acceleration if you choose to. Always, it is your choice, though. We would like to remind you of that. Always, it is your choice, dear ones, to choose in the way that you would like, to move in the way that you would like. You do not need to accelerate your expansion if you would not like that. And we also would remind you that you can always ask the universe, your soul, to be gentle with you. You can ask for things to be gentle, soft, not quite so intense. If you feel a little overwhelmed with the speed and pace and intensity of what is shifting in your life at this time, ask for it to be slowed a bit. Ask for it to be a bit more gentle. This is different for all of you. Some of you love the intensity. Some of you love to ride the big, big waves, we shall say. And some of you go through periods of time where you enjoy riding the big waves and go through periods of time where you enjoy simply coasting on a much smaller little wave. Ask for what you need from your soul. You are in co-creation. You are co-working with your soul at all times. Do not forget this. You are not a separate being that is a victim to your soul, to the universe. This is not how it works. You are in deep co-creation. And your soul is you. You are your soul. The separation is a human construct. It is a necessary human construct to understand, to begin to understand what is happening in your reality. And more and more and more humans are coming into a deeper understanding. But we encourage you to remember the words are signposts, that the words point to concepts. They are not the actual concept. And that you can always unveil a deeper layer of understanding, a deeper layer of unity with your soul, with all that is. For this eclipse season, we thank you with love. Okay. Oh, I hope that that was helpful. Again, if it was, please like and subscribe. Leave a comment. Love to chat about what came through. I'll have to go back and watch. I remember some bits of it though. And thank you for tuning in. And until next time, sending you all lots of love.